we'll be drunk and all of our thumbs went up in the air. Singing in the wind, listen to the thunder rolling over and over. We down, we're getting on fire, we're raising up higher. The bottle is up, we're over the top, it's time to get wild. The time of our life is happening now.
My name is Engineer Yemi Oposhade. Today we are looking at another aspect of STEM communication, mathematics, and we are looking at the 4 parts of the topic on factorization. Each part has to do with a different method. So we are looking at fourth part. During the last edition of this, we look at difference of 2 cube method. Different from this. Though it's 2 are cube, but that one is different, subtraction. Today we are looking at the opposite of that when it is plus. Okay? Sum of 2 cube method. It means that 2 things are raised to the power of 3 cube. Sum means addition. Now let's have a recap. In video 1 of this particular series, we looked at how to use HCF in factorization. For example, if you have AC plus AB, all you need to do is to find the LCM of AC and AB, okay? Then, what is common? Highest common factor is A. What do you have left here? C. What do you have left here? B. So, nothing can go again. So, the factor is A. Then, you open the bracket. What remains here? If you use this to divide this, it will remain C, which is this C, plus, you put plus there. Use this to divide this, it will remain B, you put B here. So that's the first one, the summary of that. Then we went ahead to look at difference of 2 squared method. That is when 2 things are squared and separated by minus. We were able to see that this can be factorized as F minus E, then F plus E. I think you can recall that. That's video 2 on factorization. Then we went ahead to look at difference of 2 cube method. When 2 things are raised to the power of 3, let's say we have H raised to the power 3 minus Q raised to the power 3. Here we have 2 solutions, 2 factors. One is linear, the other one is quadratic. Like I said, you pick one H, one Q, because this begins with minus, so it has to be minus. Then you pick H and square it. Now, since we have minus here, this should be plus. Then you now have, you pick one H, one Q, H times Q, HQ. It always ends with plus. Now you now pick Q now and raise to the power of 2. Okay. So the opposite of this, difference of 2 cube method, is what we want to do today. Sum of 2 cube method. Take note that there's nothing like sum of 2 squared. There's nothing like A squared plus B squared. A squared plus B squared is equals to A squared plus B squared. So that one has no factor. Is that clear? Alright, now that is summary. Now today we are looking at sum of 2 cube, meaning when you have 2 things raised to the power of what? Raised to the power of 3 and separated by addition. So after this class, you should be able to factorize the following. I have about 12 problems that has to do with you applying sum of 2 cube. Okay, you can see them. Please, camera person, help me put it there for them to see. So those of you that are fully registered, registry with this platform is very important. Anywhere you are in the world, because once we give you a practice exercise like this, it's like you come up with a feedback. It is the feedback that will let me know that what I've communicated to you, you have gotten it, you understand it. Okay? So for this, I shall be looking at this problem here. If God help us, we can look at all of them. If not, I just explain to you what you do with some of them if you couldn't finish. So we're going to apply sum of 2 cube method to factorize the following. Now don't forget that if you have 2 things like A raised to the power 3 plus B raised to the power 3, we have already established that what this means is for sum now, you pick A, plus b. Okay, if it is plus, you begin with plus. Then you pick one a, you squared it. Now, once you have plus here, the next one will be minus. You don't pick a and b and multiply a times b. That will be ab. It always ends with plus. Don't forget that. It always ends with plus. So you pick one b and you square it. Do you see that? Okay, now let's look at another one. Let's say I give you g raised to cube plus d cube. Okay? Sum of two cubes. Sum. Two things are raised to the power of 3 are cube, then sum. Addition. So this will be g plus d. You begin with the sign that, okay? Then you pick g and square it. Since this is plus, the inside here it will be minus that will follow. Pick one g, one d. That becomes gd. It always ends with plus. Don't forget that. Then d, you pick it and raise to the power of what? 2. This is a linear factor. This is a quadratic factor. Example. Let's take an example on this. Example. I want to take this example. Factorize this. Factorize 1 plus 27 b raised to the power 3. If you come across this, you should know that this conforms to two things being cubed, because this one is taken as 1 raised to the power 3. Anything raised to the power 3, 1 raised to the power anything is that thing, is 1. So in this case, we want it to be 3. Then plus 27 is 3 raised to the power 3. 3 times 3 times 3. Dot b raised to the power 3. Now if you look at this, they have a common exponent. So that means this is equal to, hello, this is equal to 1 raised to the power 3 plus, you pick one 3, you pick one b, then everything raised to the power what? 3. Now you will not assume that this is x raised to the power 3 plus y raised to the power 3. You can use any letter that you want, okay? Now, then this one now is not part of it, but you are going to use it as a formula, okay? What is this in sum of two cube method? This is x plus y. Then you pick one x, you square it. Since this is plus, minus will follow. You pick one x and one y, multiply together, sy. It always ends with plus. Don't forget that. Then you pick y and square it. So it gives you one linear, one quadratic. Now, again, you will not compare this, with the raised sum to give it to you. Here, if you look at this, you can see that x is 1. Can you see that? Then y is 3b. Y equals 3b. Okay, so you now substitute here. Because this is not what we want. What we want should be in terms of 1 and b. So x is what? 1. That will be 1 plus 3b. Y is 3b. Okay? Bracket. X is 1. 1 squared. 1 times 1. That is 1. Minus. Pick one x, one y. That means 1 s is 1. Y is 3b. 1 times 3b. That will give you 3b. Okay? Plus y squared. Y is 3b. What is 3b squared? It means 3b times 3b. 3 times 3 is 9. B times b squared. That will be 9b squared. Let me write it properly. 9b squared. Close bracket close. So it has two factors. One linear, one quadratic. This one cannot be factorized again. That is why it remains like quadratic. So it has two factors. Alright, so I've done number 1. Okay, so don't forget, you can always write the formula once two items, 2 letters are raised to the power of 3 and they are given by addition. Now let's quickly go to number 2. Factorize this. Factorize 8b raised to the power 3 plus 125d raised to the power 3. Sorry, let me correct it. 3. Now, if you look at this, once you see 8, you remember 2. That 8 is 2 in 3 places, 2 raised to the power 3. When you see 125, that is 5 in 3 places. Okay? So this become, okay, this become 2 raised to the power 3. Dot, this one is already raised to the power of 3, keep, plus 125 is 5 raised to the power 3. This is already raised to the power of 3, d keep. Now, they have a common exponent. That means I can write it as 2, I pick 1, 2, I pick 1b raised to the power 3. Okay, that's another way of writing this. plus the same thing here. I pick 1 5, 1 D, both, because they have a common exponent. Do you understand that? Now, let's assume that this now is this x cube plus y cube. I will use this one to write out the formula. It's easier that way, okay? So this is x plus y, that's the method. Then you pick x, you square it. Since this is plus, what will follow will be minus. You pick one x, pick one y, that will give you sy. It always ends with plus. Then you pick one y and square it. Okay, so from this now, we can see clearly that if you compare this with this, our x here is 2b, our y is 5d, y is 5d. So the next thing you do is just to substitute to get your final answer. X, that will be 2b plus 5d in brackets. This one, x, 2b squared, that will be 4b squared, okay, squared. That means 2b times 2b, that will be 4b squared. Minus, pick one x, pick one y. 1x, 1y, that is 2b times this. 2 times 5, that is 10bd. Okay, plus y is 5d. 5d times 5d, that will be 25d squared. That is the answer. So we have two factors. One is linear, the other one is quadratic, which can no longer be factorized again. That's why it's a factor. Did you see that? All right. So we go to another one. Just be following me. Small, be following me, and make sure you are following. Once you follow, you don't have any problem with me, okay? Factorize 216 plus n raised to the power 8. Now, look at this. We have it n raised to the power 8. It means that this 216 is 16 times 16. And 16 is 4 times 4. Another 16 is 4 times 4. Now, these two, 4 is 2 times 2. Another 4, 2 times 2. Another 4, 2 times 2. Another, the last 4, 2 times 2. How many 2 do we have? 2 raised to the power 8. So it means that these 216 can be written as 2 raised to the power 8 plus n raised to the power 8. Did you see that? Can you see? Mathematics. Factorizing, making it simple. From 216, I have gotten 2. Is that not very simple? That is one of the reasons why you factorize. Now, look at the exponent. The exponent is 8. I know that so far, you can only have this or this. It's either squared or cube. So from 8, I cannot get 3 from 8. It's not possible, but I can get 2. 2 times 4, 8. So that means this one, I want to clean this now because I don't need this again. That means this can be written as 2 raised to the power 4 squared plus, what about this? Am I doing the right thing? This cannot be factorized. You see that? So this is n, okay, raised to the power 4 squared. There's nothing we can do to this because there's no sum of 2 squared. There's something like this, a squared plus b squared. I told you the other time. So it means that this cannot be factorized because I can get 3 now. I will have used sum of 2 cube methods. Raised to the power 3, but no. So it means this one is 216 plus n raised to the power what? 8. That is the answer. I can't go further. I can't apply any of the laws, any of the methods. Do you see that? So that means this one is the answer. Sometimes your examiner may want to test you like that, okay? But if it is difference now, minus, you know there is difference of 2 squared method, so you can go ahead. So maybe you should try that, okay? Okay, go to video, video 2 under this topic. We treated that one there. Now let's look at this one. Factorize this. Another example. Factorize this. That is 64 plus f raised to the power 6. F raised to the power 6 will be a determining factor, a considering factor for this. So let's see 64. 64 is 8 times 8. Now, raised to the power 6, I need to expand it to the power of 6. This 8 give me 2 in 3 places. The other 8 also give me 2 in 3 places. So making how many 2? 2 raised to the power 6. Fine. So that means this is equal to 2 raised to the power 6 plus f raised to the power 6. Now, if you look at the exponent should either be this raised to the power 2 or something raised to the power 3. So I can get that from this. So there are 2 ways I can get this. I either do like this, I either say, look here, anyone, you are free to choose anyone that you like. You either say 2 raised to the power 3 squared plus f raised to the power 3 squared, or let's see, it can be the other way around. It can be 2 raised to the power 2 raised to the power 3 plus, let me remove this or then plus f raised to the power 2 raised to the power 3. Now, let's see which one go. There's nothing like sum of 2 squared. Nothing like, you only have difference of 2 squared. So this one cannot go, because this one remains. So this one, I cancel this. Then look at this. There is sum of 2 keep. 2 things is keep. This is keep. And there is sum there. So that means I can use this. Do you understand that? So it means I can have this as like a raised to the power 3 plus b raised to the power 3 to enable me to write the formula. Okay, this is a plus b. You know the formula now. Pick this a, you squared it. This is plus, what to follow will be minus. Pick one a, pick one b, that's a times b, ab. It always ends with plus, then pick b and square it. That is the factor. Now, if you look at this now, you will now compare this, which you introduced with this. It means that your a is 2 raised to the power 2. Which is the same thing as 4. Take note of that. Then your b is f raised to the power 2. Your b is f raised to the power 2, which remain f raised to the power 2. Okay, now let's substitute now to get our final answer. This is the formula now, written from this. A is 4. You just write 4 there. Plus b is f raised to the power 2. Okay, you can see that there is no factor here again. Come here. A is 4 squared. 4 squared, 4 times 4, that's 16. Minus A and B, A times B, this times D, that will be 4f squared. Is that clear? Then pick B plus B is f squared. Then you squared it, that will be f squared squared. You see that? B is f squared. B raised to the power of 2, that will be f squared squared. So what is this times this? That will be f raised to the power 4. So that means I will have f raised to the power 4 here. That is the answer to this. Can you see that? One linear, one quadratic. Now, the remaining one, I will just explain to you as I expect you to do it alongside this one. I will just explain to you number 5, 6, and 7. Do you understand that? Okay. Now, let's see that. Let this number 5, 6, and 7 be part of the practice exercise. But I will guide you. Let me guide you. Now, let's see this. Number 5 says, I'll just explain to you what you do. That's number 5. We have number 6. Then we have number 7. I will explain to you. Now, let's start with number 5. It said 1 plus k raised to the power 9. You know that 1 can be raised to the power of anything. Since this is 9, so you have to raise to the power of 9. 1 raised to the power 9 is still 1. 1 in 9 places is 1 plus k raised to the power 9. Now, if you look at this can be written as, we can get 3. There is sum of 2 keep. We can get 3 from 9. So this becomes 1 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 3 plus k raised to the power 3 raised to the power 3. This becomes, I told you that anything is 1 raised to the power anything is 1. So this 1 raised to the power 3 inside will still remain 1. Then raised to the power, this raised to the power 3, now you put it there now. Do you understand that? Plus this k raised to the power what? 3, everything raised to the power what? 3. So you now take this as maybe your x raised to the power 3 plus y raised to the power 3. So when you expand this one now using sum of 2 cube method, which you already know, your x will become 1, your y will become k raised to the power 3. X will be 1. Then y will be k raised to power 3. Do you understand that? All right. Now let's look at the other one. Let me guide you in number 6. You are given n raised to power 12 plus 1. Now, I told you anywhere you see this is n raised to power 12 plus 1 raised to power 12. Now, if you look at 12, you can get 3 from 12. That is 3 times 4. Okay, so that means you can write this as n raised to power 4. Our interest is this 3. Keep, sum of 2 keep. Keep me raised to the power of 3. Plus, this one is also 1 raised to power 4 raised to power 3. 4 times 3, 12. 4 times 3, 12. Now, this can be written as n raised to power 4 plus, don't forget that this 1 raised to power 4 is still 1. So why can't you just say 1 raised to power what? 3. Then you cannot use anything that you like. You can say A keep plus B keep. Now, here, your A is n. Compare this to this is n. Then your B is 1. Then you cannot write the formula. You know? Yes, you cannot write the it is 3. I made a mistake there. Okay. Expand this, the linear factor and the quadratic factor, and substitute for your value here. Sorry, A is n raised to power 4. Sorry, A is n raised to power 4. B is 1. Alright, so do that. Then finally now, the last one. Let me explain that number 7 to you. That number 7, so that you can be able to factorize it by yourself. That one says raised to power 15 plus b raised to power 15. Now look at this. From 15, I can get 3. Because that's 3, we don't need 5. So this 3 has to come out as the external exponent. So that would be a raised to power 5 to the power of 3. Plus this one also, b raised to power 5 to the power of 3. So I can use sum of 2 keep. 2 things, this item and this item are both keep, and this is sum. Meaning that I can say x raised to power 3 plus y raised to power 3. You use this one to write out the formula in the way I've been doing. Then you now say that your x, you compare this to this. What is your x? A raised to power 5. What is your, okay, let's finish this one. Let's finish this. What is your b? I mean your y. Your y is b raised to power 5. Okay? So now let's finish this one. So this one, according to sum of 2 keep method, this is x plus y into x squared minus, if this is plus, what to follow will be minus, pick one x, pick one y, that's sy. It always ends with plus, plus what? Pick one y and square it. Now let's substitute now. Our x is a raised to power 5, a raised to power 5, plus our y is b raised to power 5, b raised to power 5. There's something you can do to this one. Then this, our x is a raised to power 5 squared. That would be x raised to power 5 raised to power 2 squared. 5 times 2, 10. That would be x raised to power 10. Do you understand that? Minus, pick one x, pick one y. That means this one times this. That would be a raised to power 5, then b raised to power 5. It always ends with plus. Now, our y is b raised to power 5. Then you square this. That would be b raised to power 5 squared. Exponent multiply exponent. That would be b raised to power. Oh, sorry. This is I'm supposed to write a here. I'm supposed to write a raised to power 10. That would be b raised to power 10. That is the answer. This is quadratic component. This is what do you call it? So, do you see this? Yes, that is the end of this topic, factorization part 4. There is still part 5 and part 6. Those ones, I will do them under their respective topic. Like that part 5 is supposed to be under quadratic. Then part 6 is supposed to be under polynomial. So not to create a confusion, let's treat every aspect under the main topic. Okay? So watch out for those other ones subsequently. God keeping us, God helping us. We will trash out everything that you need to know in mathematics. So we encourage you to subscribe, to share, and to support this platform from time to time. Tell somebody about TSP online schooling and coaching. the full school program will start any moment will keep you informed.
Kim promise. Oh, sugar cane sweet, but yeah, your love is sweeter. Sobolo juice mixed with a little ginger. Oh girl, I wanna be with you, but you know they got enough time from me. I wanna leave